tell me. You hear me?
Right. Hello everyone, welcome back to RSF1 Racing. We've got Division 4 tonight round S04. Tonight I'm joined with Malibu. How you doing?
Hi. Alright, thank you.
Yeah, it should be a good race, good circuit.
Is it picking me up on
Run
the
good racing
street?
all week. If you manage to include your audio.
Yeah.
Let me just check that for you. Yeah, you're being picked up the stream, it's all good.
Good.
So lucky tonight we've actually got 2 comps rather than just the one.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole race yet for it to stop working.
Oh, I've said that now. We know what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. It should be a good race. Last race of the week before we move on to Spain, which is also a very nice track. It's raining. That's very interesting. You can't beat a good bit of rain.
So you've ruined that for me. You've ruined that for me now, because you're loading in quicker than me, and I didn't get to see the rain. So,
I think it's Intels.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen here, because, you know, this is the last division to race, and they've seen, well, a few of the drivers have seen all the other divisions have done, what they've chosen to do, what they've wanted to do. But I'm pretty sure, I didn't watch Div 1, but I'm pretty sure this is the first wet weather race around here, or qualifying even.
Nah, we had it in Div 3 on Monday. It was wet at the start of qualifying, but last 5 minutes it dried up.
Okay.
So we could see some dry weather by the
I
end.
mean, but again, like, the difference between China and Zandvoort is 2 completely different tracks. Like, China's all about speed and the car needs to be flowing and it's all about having that low downforce but just enough so you'd be able to make the corners. Around here, it kind of, there are some similarities in terms of like cornering speeds in certain corners, but around here it's about precision. Yeah, it's about precision and consistency around this track. And you know, it only takes one wrong move, especially in these conditions, to ruin the race or your lap or anyone else's race. So it's going to be interesting.
It doesn't show any signs of drying up anytime soon, so...
Oh, the Alfa Romeos nearly came into contact there.
I see one stopped already.
Oh,
pitting again.
UK Demons crashed at the final corner. With Alco Saints is going down the final with a start-finish straight.
Interesting.
Is that Alco Saints with damaged wing? Yes, it is. So I think there's been some contact between Alco Saints and UK Demons coming out the final corner.
Not too happy about that, especially he's got to do a full lap now.
Go full lap with that damage.
We've got Chris though, the first person on the lap and first person to be finish it.
Sorry, who's that?
Chris, 12 LFC.
Oh, you mean my Haas? My Haas run.
Ah, yes.
My constructor's teammate, pretty much. Oh,
Oh,
getting really sketchy out the final corner there. Saw the car drop as he went
Criticals too.
towards the grass.
I think you're looking for a 20 high, 20.5 or something like that. That's average. I'm not too sure.
I think something to really take away from that, and what I said about the consistency and characteristics of this track, is that that final corner is banked, right? And there's a certain part of that banking where the car's tyres are on the right side, the right tyres. If you go too close to the banking, they actually lift off the ground for a brief
Yeah,
moment,
just a
and the car loses so much
toxic
grip that it
BMW was it?
spins. Yeah, the car just spins at that final corner. Take too much, especially in these conditions as well. The car is really going to struggle through that final corner.
I'm going 19.2 by Caesar putting himself
Caesar
pretty
was
safe as of right now.
two, which is Cornish must have had a really scruffy lap then. Be that far down.
BMW spun it at last.
Should another lap to cross the
Corner.
line. What's he going to do? 19.7. So there you go. That's more like what Cornish is usually up to. Meanwhile, Chris has got a 120, making some toxics. Not had the greatest in lap. He's got damage to his car. Five drivers have set a lap so far.
Quite a lot coming around for you. Button.
Oh, Jessie Racer at the final corner. Is that her that hit the wall? She got damaged? No, she just ran over some damage that she hit the wall then. Shifting up very early, coming out of the corners. Turn 3 now. Bank's kind of hairpin there. I don't really like that corner.
It's nice in the dry if you carry speed round.
Fast right,
Can work
which is
very
going to be
nicely.
treacherous in quality in the dry. Must be even more upsetting in the wet, but she's managed to control it. Just missed the apex there, but that's close enough. You don't want to go all over the apex. Touch this apex
The
either.
clubs
Get
round
close
here
as possible.
can be quite slippy, yeah.
Touch the outside curb. Nice entry. Very calm and collective this lap. Whether that means it's quick, or bit twitchy on the exit. At the final corner, what could she do with this lap? It doesn't look amazingly quick, getting a little bit out of shape, had to lift off coming out the final corner. She goes 5th, that's not a bad lap at all. But I think there's time in that lap, there are a few places where she was very cautious. But you know, you don't have to push on, it's only Q1, she doesn't have to push too hard yet.
Quite a lot of laps coming in now. Yep, so some pretty good, thanks. Enjoying this currently. Lovely weather, you know.
Who's asked you if you're okay?
RSF1 sauce.
Fish sticks goes 12th fastest, 21.4.
I think we've had a wet race around here this week, so it would certainly be interesting. The first and the last of the week.
TYG Rogue can run the final corner to start his lap. And it's turn 1. Once again, cautious. That's what you need to be in wet conditions. Again, it seems to be coming out of turn 1, they seem to be shifting up quite early.
I mean, if you leave it and red time it, or how you like to say it, you get a bigger chance of losing the rear end, shifting a bit earlier. minimise the chance of that.
Oh, a bit wobbly towards the fast right-hander. Just the outside curve, very nice. Not too much though. Takes a bit too much of that curve. Oh, misses that completely. But that's not too bad. The line through there wasn't very good. You have to set yourself up with the corner before. Not a bad chicane at all there. Going back to the penultimate corner. Slow and fast out through that corner, that's the key. And the final corner, getting a little bit twitchy, you can see it, but managed to control it very well, didn't have to lift. He was 14th with a 1:21.0. We've got Toxic on the outlap.
He's falling about his
Jesse
finish
Racer
this lap.
improves to 3rd place. I'd say there was more time in the lap. See the lift at the final corner. She's got great. She's very confident.
People in the chat, is everything okay with the stream sounds, etc.?
Oh, Chris
So
is
we
off
know.
the track. Well, I want to watch Toxic now when it starts. And he did forwards, managed to get himself up into 15th. It's in the danger zone. He's on the brink of the danger zone. Meanwhile, Rogue, he is in the danger zone, only just though. Can he improve? Get his Alfa Romeo into Q2. Can the McLaren get into Q2? Someone surprising to me is RSF1 Scotsman.
Maybe they're expecting dry conditions here at the end and he's just waiting it out.
Through turn 1,
never know.
turn 2 and 3. With the Toxic W.
I do believe he's at time to gain, especially at that last corner where he had the spin last time.
The car doesn't seem very settled though, does it?
At the same time, some people have got their dry and
a Haas does
wet
not
setups.
look settled.
Talking about the Haas, we get the new Haas design.
Yeah.
We saw it today. I think it's quite nice.
It's okay. It's not the best one they've done. It's okay.
I still like the 2019 one. I think that was
No, I think
nice.
2018 was the best Haas. Like, that was the best Haas. Coming out the final corner now to cross the line. Cruise to 8th with a 1:19.9. That's the time Toxic Mimi had. Top 10. Will he stay there?
Jesse Racer looks like she's going to go faster again. Hits the wall a little bit.
Taps the wall on the exit. She's going fast. Yes, she is. Jesse Racer really comfortable in these conditions, by the looks of it.
Everybody's pushing back out now.
Slap, she's just getting quicker, but nobody has managed to be able to touch Season 2 Wizard at the moment. He is absolutely bossed this first session so far. 4/10 ahead of the next
got
car.
a car off from Barry.
That's the Haas moving out of the way, I think, turn 3. Also Cornish moving out of the way for the next car behind him. Mercedes in Primus Gaming, only 6th place at the moment. That's not far off Jesse Racer in 2nd.
Ooh, Jamie.
Okay, Saints is coming
He's
back out
back
for another lap. RSF1 button. Currently looks like he's been struggling this season so far. Great, all the races I've seen him in. Struggling a bit with that Ferrari.
Ooh, Jesse Racer almost got a spin. Looks like Jesse's overfueled the car and just do some practice laps at the moment.
Terrell Cornish about to start a flyer.
Craigie saying that.
Oh, getting
off the track,
really
making
uncomfortable out the final corner from Cornish. He starts his lap, that won't be a very good start. Down through turn 1, 2. See, Cornish doesn't short shift, he goes the normal revs, but gets absolutely way out of shape going through turn 3.
I mean, in my qualifying as well, I kind of just done what I done in the dry. Down to second,
Cornish!
Cornish
Cornish has crashed, he's out! He's retired! Cornish has crashed and he is out. He lost it going towards the right-hander. And that's it. Cornish is now out of qualifying.
He's in
And this is not, well, I will be honest, from experience, I started in the midfield in my race and it is not fun to start in the midfield pack or anywhere towards the back. It is not fun.
I bet you enjoyed it for the back.
I enjoyed the battling, but the frustration does creep in after a while. And, oh, one of the Ferraris has gone as well! RSF1 Button loses it at the final corner, but has managed to keep the car alive. As Chris goes 4th.
I believe Button will just pull over and pit. Yep.
Yeah, he's got to pull that one in.
Fawn coming to the line now, he'll be looking to improve to put himself safe.
Toxic MW, so by the way, going quicker than Jesse Racer. He's now in second. Haspel is doing quite well at the moment, second and 5th. Narco Saints. That's his racing point. Top 3. Jesse Racer, meanwhile, she's coming around the penultimate corner. What can she do? Can she improve even further on her lap time? It's been wobbly out the final corner, but maybe she still has some sort of pace. Let's go quickly. Yes, she can! Only a 10th off of Caesar now. Oh, TYG Rogue! 119.6. The Alfa Romeo definitely into Q2. Oh, as Chris loses it at the final corner, hits the inside wall, manages to keep the car alive, no wheel falling off the car, but massive wing damage.
Yuki Demons put himself into P13.
Scotsman
We've
is
got
only...
Jamie, Barry, Button, Fishbits
Scotsman's
and
only
Fawn.
12th. Which is alarming.
He's also in a battle at the top end of the table.
Edited Fawn into the pit lane. He will take no further part in qualifying. He has retired. Pretty much, there you go. From qualifying.
Looks like Jamie's just backed off out his lap. Which was that in that lap? I'm not too sure. He's got enough time to go for another one. No.
Barry 23 in the Alfa Romeo, he also is retiring. He will not be able to get through to Q2. Alfa Romeo have lost one of their cars. Will both Ferraris be out in Q1? They're both in the danger zone.
Button's one of the last to cross the line to start a lap.
Jesse Racer, right behind the back of the video of the car. She's got a little bit out of shape there. She's backed off. She really needs to do another lap. She's done a very good lap there. Well, Fish Sticks come around the final corner. What can he do? Oh, getting really out of shape. So close to losing it there. And he doesn't improve. The McLaren is out. James even, he get into Q2. All he has to do is
Two
beat
tenths.
Cornish's time. I believe.
He needs to find another 2 tenths.
Jesse Racer
Can
retires
do
from the
that, put
session.
himself through it.
Jesse Racer retires from the session in the pit lane. Well done to her for Q1. Craig Senna puts himself into third. RSF1 Scotsman, a little bit of trouble now. Close to the danger zone. As old Manzi gets out of the way for his teammate Primus Gaming round the penultimate corner. What can he do?
Scotsman is currently out. And he's out, yep.
He's out, yeah.
Surprising.
RSF1 Scotsman is out in Q1. What can RSF1 Button do? He's out. Both Ferraris out in Q1. Wow. Interesting, that is. RSF1 Scotsman is the biggest surprise for me to be out in that Q1.
And especially Cornish as well with that crash.
Cornish as well. So we've got two big challenges out in Q1. One from just lack of pace or setup troubles or just not feeling the car, and the other just for crashing out and retiring. So two strong starters or strong drivers at the back of the grid. It will be interesting to see what pans out.
It just shows that wet weather can bring many challenges for everybody.
Yeah.
But in Q1 we lose Edited Font, Fish Sticks, RSF1 Button, Barry, Scotsman and Cornish. Well, Cornish didn't come out, but he crashed, so he might be going through to Q2 with everybody else.
So, old Manzi, just on the cusp there. Team 9.
It's 7 tenths covers everybody, quite close.
Yeah, I mean, the best part about it is they just kept getting quicker and quicker as time went on, so obviously they were just getting into the rhythm of it. And, I don't know, Caesar Wizard had a great advantage at the start, but it started creeping in as times.
And we get to see the weather, it's still raining.
Nice. Still raining. Gotta love it.
It looks lighter.
So we've got two big hitters out of this now, so this is where pole's going to be a little bit different.
I mean, Caesar Wizard proved quite dominant through there, putting himself at top for the whole of the qualifying. Jesse Racer over time also put himself up there.
Caesar 2 Wizard.
Senna coming to the end.
Caesar 2 Wizard has really surprised me. I do think Jesse Racer could have a chance at pole here, because, gotta be honest, her start to the season hasn't been great. It's not been the best start to the season that she could have had. In the last couple of races, she has been in incidents and towards the back of the grid and just not getting anything really, you wouldn't write home about. Never mind, she just goes off the track. But yeah, that Q1 time was really good. That was, to be right up there. That's the kind of Jessie Racer that I'm pretty sure I was told about last season, where she's right up there in quali.
Yeah, that's right.
And be really, being a force in quali, and I really want to see that from her. Because,
Well, the thing is,
you've got to root on
it's a
the
dry
only other
race.
girl in the league. You've got, there's me, and then there's her, and then that's it. that's all it is.
the whole two.
Yes, I've got to root on the other one. Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's a dry race, we could see the front runners starting the mediums, because they'll have the free choice. And I believe the strategy will be medium soft for most, I do know that is possible. Interesting to see who goes safe though.
You see, I went soft hard. For now, safety car,
Yeah,
so I got back on the mediums, but I would have took the hards to the end.
The Cornish is just telling us in the chat they've got a full wet race apparently, so that'll be even more interesting.
It's gonna be good. So that means that these setups were wet setups, so whatever we're seeing now is based on pace rather than setup. The majority
It's
of
to
the
become
occasion.
inters closer to the end, what I'm being told. I mean, me, I don't have a wet setup, I just use my dry one and it seems to work.
I just tweak it a little bit. I
don't
I
touch it.
higher the wings, and if it's a track where it requires more heat and temperature in kind of traction zones, I might put up the tyre pressure a little bit to kind of give it that
Caesar
heat
Wizard.
and that tyre impact. Caesar Wizard with a 118.8. The first driver to hit the 118s in this quali session. So we can go quicker. That's you know that's a response to Jesse Racer getting close to him. Q1. Is that right? If you can catch me,
Just showing that
I'll
it's
go
not
even
going to let it go
further.
easy.
Yeah,
Yep.
just trying to show that if you can catch me, I'm going to go even further. Try and keep up. Jesse Racer gets a 1:24, so still second place. Because our last lap time, but it's only a tenth off. Just a little bit slightly.
So, I mean, it could still be inters. The weather in the game is never too the most accurate anyway, so it could be an inter start, which means these drivers can't afford to do too many laps in these. Like in Q1 we saw Jesse do 6 laps, I do believe.
GYG Rogue only
The same
holds
tyres.
20.1. Red Bull's Craig Casella only at 120.9. Drivers having a bit of struggling on some of their laps at the moment. Caesar Wizard, what a lap from him.
I do believe we'll start. I think Jesse will end up popping herself up there.
I think it's going to be
with,
Caesar, Jesse and Elko. Top 3, key 3.
Yeah, but Craig Senna was also really close. It as well, so it'll be interesting to see.
Need some dunks there. This time into a 119.6, so that's not a bad time at all.
One of the newer drivers, Graded Vinny, putting himself P6.
He did 12 thousandths off his teammate. Both the Alpha Tauri cars. So the top 5 will be looking to get some good points.
Alco looks to be going faster this lap. Makes himself a little bit faster, doesn't move up any positions. Primus pushing to the line. He would remain in P7.
Just
Jesse boxes. Chris boxes.
toxic MWs on that,
Jamie. Oh, Jamie's hit the wall.
as he. Oh, he
I
has
think he's
as well.
got damage.
No damage though, or visually. We do have toxic MW coming into the last couple of corners now. Ultimate corner. We do. Us need to get some points here. Want to start higher up. Chance of winning this race. And they do. They
P3.
respond. They go third. Got graded Vinny. A lap. He'll be get higher up this grid. RS Gaming. Quite a few drivers at the moment, just chilling out.
Trying to put in 3 laps on those tiles.
I think it was Jamie.
They might go at the end. I've noticed the rain stopped and it's still very wet in the ground, but
Rain has stopped.
that final corner, the embankment,
Oh!
it looks quite dry.
Jamie getting all out of shape in the final corner again. Yeah, 21-1.
This is roughly the same as what happened in my qualifying. It dried up about the 7th minute mark.
So it's drying up.
And then
So what's got me interested is, will it dry up quick enough?
I mean, there's still some of that spray in the track, which
This game has a tendency to dry up really quickly at some occasions and then not dry up until another occasion.
I believe we'll get a notification on my screen saying DRS has been enabled, and most drivers use that
Toxic
to...
MW getting held up by his teammate who just got out. Chris. Toxic MW back into the pit lane. Ash will be happy with that. Currently.
Yeah, both drivers currently looking like they're going through it.
Chris only just though.
I do believe the go through will be a 19.8, probably a 19.6. I feel like that'll be a safe spot.
Scene. That, yeah. Should you expect something good from Unseen?
I mean, he's proved quite racy. Most every race we've had, he's always up there as well.
Jessie has done what allowed happened, come straight back in. I think she's got the idea the track will dry out, which I think is what she's hoping.
Toxic MW has fitted the softs now.
Softs have been put on some of the cars.
And if you qualify in the softs and it's raining for the start, you'll get a fresh set of inters or wets for the race.
These guys will have either dry setup or wet setups on. They have wet setup on. It turns completely dry in Q3. They could be a real problem with people that do have dry setups.
Unseen's put himself up in P2 for 19.4.
Chris, currently, down in 10th in the day. In a bit of trouble. Has anyone else improves behind him? People like Craig, Senna and Jamie.
I think for the
Craig,
last
Senna.
couple of minutes, we'll see a dry line. Interested to see if anybody takes the gamble
Oh,
in the
Jamie
softs and actual
goes to the
chance
top
in it.
10. He puts Chris into the danger zone. Along with Old Banzi, Rogue and Craigie Senna. Craigie Senna's come around the final corner. What can he do?
Chris is currently 2/10 in his time, he's already got 2/10 down, so... Oh,
Craigie Senna.
really taking advantage of all the track limits.
3. Chris.
Let's see Craigie
He's
Senna
on
put it in
a lap.
P3.
What can he do? About 2/10. Go to Q3. Comes around the final corner, gets all out of shape. But is it enough? No, it's not enough. Only 120.0. 1-1. Not enough to get him through at the moment. Can he go around for another lap and try again?
Don't know if we've got enough time, it's about a minute and 10 in the wet, it'll take longer.
Meanwhile, I see there's 2 wizards out there on a lap. Unseen. Oh, not seen about it. Unseen did go second. 190.
Toxic stuck the mediums back on again. I believe he's safe where he is, but you never know.
Saints. Is currently out there. On a lap. Car feel for him.
Craigie Senna coming round and he spun it. Craigie Senna's in the wall. And he's
Red Bull
passing.
has hit the wall. The Red Bull, I think, is out of quali, you know.
I do believe so.
Chris flat one to LFC around the final corner. Can he hold the car together this time? It's sliding again. Kim manages to hold it though. Is it quicker? No. There you go for
It
another
talks again down, he comes out on the mediums, so doesn't think the track's dry enough.
this. It's quite interesting. These has gone quicker in the first sector.
Jessie Racer just come into the last corner now.
What can she do? Is she going quick enough?
Unseen Thieves
Can
safe.
she go quicker than Unseen? Yes, she can. No, 19.4 still though. Hasn't been able to break into the threes like she did in Q1. Toxic MW, what can he do? He's on an outlap at the moment. What can Craigie Senna do? Craigie Senna's managed to get back out just in time. He's going to be on the very edge.
Caesar goes even faster, put himself good 9/10 clear.
1:18.5 currently. 9/10 gap to the car in second. And you do get the feeling Caesar might just have a slight advantage in the rain.
Looks like it. Is that a car off?
It's a car off, I think it's just the Williams slowing down. It's the final exit on the final corner to start his lap. What can he do? Do you have the Red Bull of Craigie Senna? It's going to make it, I believe, but just. Brady Vinny has
Very
retired
close.
from quali. Chris has retired from quali. The Haas will not make it into Q3. Oh, Manzi looking for a way to get back into Q3 once again. Manzi has almost spun it. I think that's it. Manzi. No more Q3 for him. Rogue is on a lap trying to get back into Q3. Craig Senna's on a lap. And the car's inside the top 10 and trying to maintain their positions by going even quicker.
And Rogue coming round now, he'll be looking to put himself up the top, little bit of snap.
TFW around the final. What can he do? Alco Saints goes. Oh, Rogue goes second. Toxic goes second. 1:19.1. Toxic was still 6/10 behind.
Jamie's a 10th faster, so could put himself in front, of Primus. Yep, Jamie spun it.
Oh, Craigie Senna has hit the wall somewhere.
Yep, Jamie done the Max Verstappen.
Jamie's hit the wall. Craigie Senna has also hit the wall. Craigie Senna is out of quali.
Wouldn't recommend
Primus
investing in
Gaming.
a pit.
Is he
If
going to
that's not
stay in?
ideal.
Yes, he is.
There we go, got it come round. And Primus put himself faster, stays P10. Craigie Senna's been validated, that's the end of qualifying. Unfortunate for Craigie Senna, he looked really fast during Q1, put himself P3 I think in Q1. Now to start in P14, he'd be quite disappointed with himself.
All I can really say so far is that Caesar Wizard is absolutely on one. Completely dominating these quali sessions. But now can he do it where it matters?
He's speaking facts in the chat, saying they should turn off the ERS going round the last corner and then turn it back on. It will just turn it off, it will stop it from spinning.
Yeah, it's because it's just the overpowering drive.
Yeah.
Wheel spin. Aquaplane.
Q2, Willows, Craigie setting up, Old Manzy, Chris and Jamie. Top end still looking quite close apart from Caesar Wizard just carrying away. Close battle between Rogue and Unseen currently. Same with Alco and Vinny, roughly at the same times.
This is
And
really
then Mason and
interesting.
Demons, his teammate.
5/10.
Yeah, Primus just got through it. He was
5.5 tenths off the pole time. You two.
right, we'll see Q3, is it gonna be dry, is it gonna be wet? I mean, it's dry, I think. They've all got inters on, but I do believe
it looks patchy.
dry.
It looks dry, but it looks patchy.
I think it's dry. I think they can go out in the softs.
What I think is really interesting, now that it's dry, is Caesar Wizard's pace just wet weather pace, or is it pure outright pace?
Yep, a couple of drivers coming out already. Some in the inters still. Some already fitting the softs.
I think there's still spray.
Straight
Is
up
there still
and
spray? There's still spray.
Okay. Not a lot though, it's quite...
Track hasn't really dried yet, so when I said it was patchy, I think it is got a little bit of it. It's got a dry line. It's a bit wet.
Yep, Toxic is coming out on the softs. He's feeling confident in the track. I think it looks quite dry. I don't think there's much spray. I think you can go into softs and probably set a decent lap. If it's not dry now, it'll certainly be dry by the end of qualifying unless we see any more rain.
GT race going quite wide.
I'm watching Toxic and he looks quite stable on the softs.
We've not seen push yet. Spray
We've got DRS
has gone.
now enabled, which would make drivers think that it's dry.
Is this the time where it
Jesse.
changes? Jesse's pitting immediately.
Caesar's pushing for a lap. This will be interesting. It just doesn't look like they're really struggling to get the car moving. Yeah, I do think it is soft. It still looks, no, as I'm seeing now in Toxic, it looks greasy, the car's sliding quite a lot. Same as Caesar though, it doesn't look like there's a correct set of tyres to go with currently. So at 18.5 from Caesar on Q2, let's just see if he can keep that pace. And 19.5.
19.9.
That's what I saw it. Toxic coming in, there's no spin from the last corner, no slide of that, so it's quicker. 9/10 quicker
It's a
currently.
crossover point now. It's where the crossover starts. Just get quicker on softs. Jessie races out on softs. She's on an outlap. Following Caesar.
As we get to the end of qualifying, it'll probably be even better for the drivers. Still very cloudy though.
Sorry, what?
So still very cloudy.
Yeah, it means it's going to dry less quickly. So it's going to be a little kind of standing water, but a little dampness on the track and some of the corners. In like a real life scenario as a game, so it's not 100% accurate, but it still can make you slide. 18.2 from Primus Gaming, clearly the tyres are now switching on, but nowhere near the times that we would expect. Obviously, we expect 1 minute 9s, 1 minute 8s.
1.9s I was expecting from this division in the softs. Probably about a 1.94, but the track does still look quite the good bit greasy. And Vinny going top currently for 17.5.
See, what I would have done is, I would have waited until the last part of the session. Just sat there and waited. Because the track's only going to get better.
I mean, they'll still have all 4 of their softs to burn through, so they can just use them to their advantage.
Just you went to pits. I think she's doing what I think she's doing. Wait until the end of the session. Go for it.
I could see some rain at the end of the session as well. Primus goes faster, 210s faster. It's a 17.3. Toxic puts himself top.
Toxic obliterates that time, puts himself top of the leaderboard with a 1:16.5.
Indeed.
Final corner, here comes Brady Vinny. Is he pitting? Yes, he is. Oh, he's in the pits.
Mason dunks the next driver across the line. And Farley, it's taking that cut a little bit too much there.
Toxic MW on divisional pole. We'll be happy with that, but he knows there's so much more time in there. As the track evolves, it's to come back in, go back out again.
Yeah,
to be fair, I think for this, it's now a race to be the last car out on track.
Yeah, for the best.
For the best track evolution. It's a race to be the last car.
Yep, I do believe most of us will be sitting in the pit until about the 2 minute, unless it would go 2 laps, the 3 minute mark, just to make sure they can get all that maximum potential at their tyres. What's the chat's predictions then? Who's going to top 3 for Q3? I mean, with Cornish and Scotsman, the usual top ones being out, it'll certainly change things up quite a bit.
It's going to be the last one out of the track.
There you go, Mason for 14.9. See quite a lot of drivers rushing it already. I think. Wait.
7.
I don't think Mason will have enough time to go back into the pits, so he's going to push for one more
Who
lap
wants
again.
to be the last? That's the thing. Who wants to be the last person to set a lap because you get the most traffic pollution?
They've still got ages to go, so they can't really just sit on the track. I mean, Toxic and Rogue are still in the pit.
Okay, Saints is a
13.8.
1:13.8. That all the times are starting to really claw down now. Racing Point, only running one car. 2 and 3. It's currently sitting in second. Smith going into the lane. It's like it's changed
Faster
it.
again.
Unseen.
13.8. Toxic's now pushed out of the pit. Rogue still sat in the pit as well alongside Demons.
Primus Gaming gets the fastest first sector. What can he do for the Mercedes team? There's a yellow flag somewhere. Sector 1.
Purple sector 2 as well. He's 3 seconds down these times, it says, and I believe that will only get faster and faster as we come out the last couple of corners.
Okay. It's the curve a bit
grass
too much there. And the final corner gets a little bit twitchy coming through the final corner, but still manages to go across the line. Jesse Racer goes fastest with a 1:13.3, but then Primus Gaming beats that with a 1:13.1, and Caesar beats that with a 1:13.0.
A mouthful.
Wow. It's close now.
Vinny's invalidated.
Jesse's going again. I think they're all going again.
Mason. I think Mason's
Jesse
timed
Racer
this to
gets the
perfection.
fastest first sector. Alco Saints hasn't matched it. Has Primus matched it? No. Has Caesar matched it? No. Jesse Racer has the fastest first sector out of the top 3. What can she do in sector 2? She's gone fastest in sector 2. Can Primus or Caesar react to it? Primus can't react to it. Can Caesar? Caesar's reacted to it. He's now got the fastest sector 2. Jessie Racer coming around the final corner. What can she do? What's the lap she's going to be able to say? It should be a 12. She's done a 12.5. What can Primus Gaming do? Last sector. Has he got anything left in him?
Got Rogue off.
No. Jessie Racer currently on provisional pole. As far as it stands, she is on pole by 1,000th of a second, but then Toxic goes with a 1:12.1, absolutely obliterating them all.
And Vinny coming down the line, he'll be second.
Already Vinny goes
Unseen.
second, 1,000th between Jessie Racer and Caesar Wizard.
Unseen tops.
Unseen tops the timesheet when he goes a 1:12.0. I told you it's the last person to cross the line that gets the best track evolution.
Mason
You got
Dunks
your
was the
Rogue.
last person to start their lap, so I believe he'll be the
Mason Dunks going around the
he'll be the
final
fastest lap.
corner. Can he do the fastest lap of the session? No, only 6th. So he didn't have a very good lap there. But that is impressive. What a quality.
Yep, got
So
better and better near the end, of course. Wasn't as bad as we thought it would be in the end.
Unseen on pole with Toxic MW in second, Grady Vinny third. 4th is Jessie Racer. 5th by 1,000th is Caesar Wizard. Mason Dunks in 6th. 7th is Alco Saints. Not the greatest start for Racing Point this race. UK Demons
After the recent
in
form,
8th. Yeah, their form was really good, but here it's just completely gone over itself. Primus Gaming in 9th, tried to do something with Mercedes, but just couldn't get the full potential out of it today. Mercedes have been struggling recently. TYG Rogue rounded out in the top 10, in 10th position, just couldn't get a solid start.
I'll just wait on TYG Rogue to retire. He unfortunately crashed or spun in his last lap, and now with him starting P10. As you said, unseen topping is off with Toxic third and Vinny Toxic second and Vinny third. If it's a wet race, it should be even better. I'm expecting a couple of safety cars if it's wet. Very easy to spin it around here on the dries, let alone the wets. And there's our top 10 for the race. I'm just with full excitement as we heard. It's sounding to be a wet race, could be wet, could be winters, we don't quite know. We'll soon know though. So we'll see the drivers in the grid once we see the strategy. I'm not too sure how long inters can go around here. If anyone in the chat knows, please let me know. All the wets. And then we can see. We'll take a quick 5-minute break and wait till Scotsman, I believe, ready's up, then we'll get underway. Oh my, it's full wets. As you can probably see, the track looks horrific. This will be interesting. See, yep, Abdi's on the wet tyres. I doubt MD will try and change that over to the inters. Almost got two of the favourites who usually are up the top, Scotsman and Cornish starting on 16th and 15th. That'll be interesting to see how far they can push up the grid if they can. Craigie said looked quite racy during Q1 in the wet and then couldn't get a solid lap in Q2. He was starting on P14. Apart from that, the top 10 was quite close near the end. And the dry weather coming in, but only dry for a short amount of time before we get back in the wets again. And while we wait, we can have a quick run through of the standings. Yeah, so currently at the top of the table is Toxic MW with 43 points, closely followed behind by Alco Saints with 40 points. Graded Vinny in third with the 38 points, Caesar Wizard with 36 points, Primus also in 36 points, RSF1 Scotsman with the 34 points, and Unseen with 32. RSF1 Buttons got 31 points, and Cornish has got 26. Old Manzi has got 16 points, Craigie Senna has got 15 points, so has Jamie. Jesse Racer sitting on 10 points, and Barry.
I have returned. Sorry.
Good. Just saying. Barry sitting at 8 points, UK Demons on 7, TYG Rogue on 6, Mason Dunks on 5, Kazzy Babes and Chris yet to show their first points.
Look at the rain.
Yep,
I'm excited now.
We've also got the Constructors Racing Point leading, McLaren closely behind, back by 11 points, Mercedes in 3rd, Renault in 4th, Haas in 5th, Williams in 6th, Red Bull in 7th, Ferrari in 8th, Alfa Romeo in 9th, and Alpha Tauri in 10th.
Predictions. This
will be interesting.
Yeah. I don't have any. I really don't have one.
Well, we didn't see full wets during qualifying, so I can't really.
Caesar seems to be the man with the pace in the wet.
That was Inter's wets can be classed as quite different. Empty in the chat. Want to take a prediction of who will finish top 3 in this race? If you ask me, you can go anybody's way.
I think just Caesar and Jesse are very good.
As we saw, Caesar and Jesse looking quite rapid.
I also think Unseen could be up there. obviously Unseen's on pole. So
AWAT in the chat says Toxic MW win. UK Demon says his prediction is DNFs. I mean, we hope not, but
for his team,
in the wets.
DNF for the AlphaTauri boys.
I believe we'll be getting underway soon. It's been like a 5 minutes.
Well, we get underway whenever the host. Ready's up. There you go,
There we
Scotsman ready's up.
Talk of the devil.
So, something I want to see is how are Scotsman and Cornish going to come through the field? Are they going to be able to come through the field?
Demon is still in the chat saying AlphaTauri for top 5. If I was you, my friend, I would be sitting, getting ready to go. I believe you'll be starting to lap already. We have a slight delay. Would you like to give us the run through of the grid?
It's alright.
From the back.
So, in 20th position, and not a very good place for a car of this reputation, a Ferrari of edited form, 20th position, 19th is Fish Dixon McLaren. The other Ferrari of RSF1 Button in 18th, so both Ferraris got in Q1, disappointing quality for them. 17th is Barry in the Alfa Romeo, 16th, and a big surprise is RSF1 Scotsman, and 15th is Cornish. Would have made it through to Q2, as he's doing some very odd things, but he managed to crash out, actually going towards the corner that we're going to now, which is pretty funny if you ask me.
Congested.
Craig Senna in 14th, not a very good qualifying from the Red Bull driver this session. Old Chris. Old Chris? I saw Chris retire. Old Manzi in 13th. Chris 12LFC in 12th. 11th is Jamie. Now into the top 10 we have TYG Rogue, looking promising in the early stages in Q1 and Q2, but didn't manage to get it all together in the one where it counted the most. Quite a few cars just having a massive
slide.
Yeah.
Drift, having a laugh.
Jesse back there, yeah, it is. Primus Gaming in 9th. UK Demons in 8th. Alco Saints, not the best qualifying for him, 7th. 6th is Mason Dunks, a decent qualifying from him. Season 2 Wizard looked promising in the first 2 qualifying sessions, but in the third one just couldn't match the pace of the others on dry tyres. Graded Vinny in 3rd, Jesse Racer, 4th. Has had a really good quality session so far. Hopefully she can keep up in the race. Graded Vinny in 3rd, Toxic MW in 2nd, but just pipping him to, actually not just, quite by a bit of a margin, pipping him to pole position is the Williams of Unseen.
It'll be interesting to see this first corner. I'm just hoping if they can get round with no damage or no collisions.
Let's not have a ruckus, please. Let's just make this nice and clean.
During the formation lap, you could barely see the car in front of you, so it'll be interesting to see the races. I believe we'll get underway quite quickly, no problems, hopefully.
If we have to have a lobby restart, I will cry.
Same, this happened last week as well. We had problems with this division. Show me the light.
Still waiting.
Oh wait, Toxic MW might push up the inside there and Unseen. Get the best position on the right side to get up the inside and round.
Needs to get a good start though. Oh!
Yep, there we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 red lights. And out we go. Very slow start and then big taking off. Unseen sliding over in front of Toxic. Unseen maintaining the lead so far.
Contact
Unseen getting
between Toxic and Unseen.
Yep, all side by side.
Unseen's really wobbly. Oh, massive crash for Craig Senna, who's managed to catch Cornish as well. Alco Saints is out. Oh, Scotsman's out as well. is that Jesse Racer? Is that Jesse Racer or Scotsman out? Either one. So Jesse Racer's just dropped major positions here.
That's unfortunate for Alcon after he's won last week, I do believe, but currently waiting in the grid to sort itself out. A couple of drivers having a bit of damage there.
Ninth. She's not. She's down like 5th.
I'm trying to find the first driver, I believe it's Unseen. Unseen maintaining that lead.
Alco Saints already out. Out of the race. RSF1 Scotsman has major wing damage. He's going to have to pit. Limited Fawn. RSF1 Button though, look at that. All the way up into 12th position.
Yeah, quite a lot of position changes there. Craigie Senna up 2, Vinny down 1, JC Racer down 1, Demons up 2, Mason down 1, TYG Rogue up 2, Old Man's up 4, quite a good start from him, Primus down 1, Chris up 1, Button up 6, quite a really good start from him actually. Senna up 1, Cornish up 1, Fish Sticks up 1, there's a couple of folk in the pit maybe. Up
Toxic
to the front, no one's
pressure from Caesar.
My grids went again, this is...
Rated Vinny. Just jumped Jesse.
I'm still waiting my grid to fix itself out, hopefully that'll fix soon so I can see where the place is.
Leading this race, according to my screen.
No, I've got Caesar leading apparently. I believe he's in 3rd, Toxic's still in 2nd, and Unseen's in 1st, with the looks of the map anyway.
Oh, mine's gone back to normal.
Yeah, there we go,
So Unseen leads the race. Toxic now under pressure from Caesar Wizard. I told you, I did really think that Caesar had the pace in the wet conditions, and it looks like he does. Over the hands of Toxic. Toxic getting a little bit slow out of that, out of the point going into chicane now. McLaren has a look.
Caesar looking.
Couldn't find a way through. Just biding his time, having a little look. Just trying to make sure that the Haas knows that he's there. And the final corner. This corner I think is going to catch a lot of people out.
I do believe we'll see quite a couple of
Start
spins around there.
straight, getting ever closer is the McLaren to the back of the Haas. Going up the inside, maybe? No. Close.
Try to drive on board with this, it's soaking, you can barely see a thing ahead of you.
This Toxic is a little bit out of shape going into 10.3. Just a little bit. As Unseen just keeps that 1.4 second gap. 2nd place.
We've got a Chris off. Fish Stick's going really wide there, Barry having to compromise his exit as well.
To the back here, yeah, we've got XRL Cornish down in 17th, Scotsman 18th, Jamie 19th. Out of the race already. It's one of the racing points. It has not been a good weekend for them. Oh, Unseen gets all out of shape, loses a lot of time. Now within a second of the cars behind, but obviously no DRS. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that is Old Manzi in the wall.
Yep.
Yes, it is. And really struggling to get the car back underway again. I think that is wing damage for the Mercedes. So we do have now Caesar Wizard still all over the back of Toxic. Toxic's now all over the back of Unseen. Unseen had a horrible exit out of one of the corners and just absolutely nearly spun it. So he had to catch the car, which meant letting go of the throttle. So top 3, all in a fight. Jessie Racer, her objective is to get back past Graded Vinny as quickly as possible to keep up with this kind of fight. Alpha Tauri, 6th and 7th at the moment.
Good position for the Alpha, they kind of need the points now. I believe they're sitting rock bottom, looking to move up the grid and get their team some points. Old Manzi's in the pit, I do believe that'll be wing damage and they'll be getting a new wing and new tyres.
Together. Old Manzi unfortunately has wing damage. Now has got it replaced, but is all the way down in pretty much the last few positions as Jamie loses the car and hits the wall. The last corner and hit once again.
It's not a good race for Jamie, that's unlucky.
Gonna retire,
Stephen's as well, that might be a retire.
Yeah, that is the retirement. of Jamie.
Caesar all over the back of Toxic.
Caesar is all over the back of that Haas. I think I know who has the pace here at the moment. I think it is Caesar Wizard.
They're going for the move. Alongside now, that's been interesting.
He's alongside going into turn 1. Can Toxic outbrake Caesar? Caesar tries to... Ooh, Toxic turned it a bit early there.
Got a car with calm track.
Oh, there is!
Yeah, that's
There's
a
car on the track. Virtual safety car has been deployed. TYG Rogue has crashed coming out the final corner. I think that final corner is going to be a menace tonight. For a lot of drivers. Oh! Barry goes steaming into the back of Fish Sticks and has lost his wing. Both Alfa Romeos in the wars here. One's dead and the other's just lost his front wing.
Politest way to put it.
Caesar Wizard, by the way, got past Toxic MW. Now in the pursuit, once this virtual safety car ends.
I don't need to watch for drive-through, so the last thing you want in the wet race a drive-through as well on top here.
Horrible in the wet for a drive-through.
Horrible in general, it can...
Oh, the AlphaTauri's touch! Mason Dunks has wing damage. RSF1 Scotsman gets a drive-through penalty.
Well, green flags again, we're going again, top 5 looking very close, back to back. And Caesar's managed to get into first place.
Caesar has managed to jump unseen. Caesar now leads the race. Unseen must have got a shocking start. As really wide goes the Haas. It's the final corner, nearly hits the wall. Jesse races looking to get past.
He's following Barry, switching around currently.
There goes one of the AlphaTauris. That is really unfortunate for them. Running 6th, 7th. Now they both collided. It's not a good sign for them.
I've still got the thought in my head that we will see a safety car tonight. I'm not too sure, but with the wet weather it's more likely. If you ask me, it's a safety car for the track.
Already from Caesar. I think we know who has the pace here.
Just got to hope he can maintain that and keep it on the track.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of attrition now.
Jessie Racer with a yellow fuel light.
She's all over the back of Graded Vinny though.
She's already in the lowest amount of fuel. Before no fuel, so interesting from her.
Really interesting to run lower fuel in a wet race.
Wet. Yeah, I usually overdo the car quite a lot.
I mean, I do understand it though, because if you put your car in lean in the wet, it stops it from spinning as easily. And obviously, you just put it in lean, and then got rid of the fuel to make the car lighter. So,
Caesar going fastest currently, 1:23.5, and Caesar sits the fastest lap. And he's gained a massive gap from
Caesar,
2.2
seconds already.
The grid's getting really split up. The most battles we've got these front 5 here. Well, even Caesar's pulling away. It's Unseen to Jesse Racer, very close from Unseen, Toxic, Vinny and Jesse.
To Graded Vinny. Toxic's pulled away from Graded Vinny a little bit. Toxic's in his own little world now.
Unseen also in his little world. Looks like he's going to break the, I would say DRS, but don't have DRS in the wet. Look, pull, break the pool. Abby's got that 100% ERS, but you can't really use it. You can use it in the small straights, but it's a risk of losing the rear end. A couple penalties already.
RSF1 Scotsman has a penalty to serve.
You got to drive through it.
You got to drive through.
Cornish
has retired and it's on track.
Safety
it's a
car.
full safety car. It's all jumping up a little bit, shouldn't it? Or at least bring them all back together. See a bit of a tussle.
Make it excitement for us.
Yeah.
Almost the same place as last time. Cornish crashed, so that's not...
Yeah, Cornish has crashed where he crashed in quali.
Jesse in the pit, Primus in the pit.
Jessie thinks that she needs a new front wing. Did you change your front wing? No, she didn't.
Primus on Inters.
Primus
I
going
don't
for
know if that's
something
the correct call.
interesting.
The track list looks very, very wet, and looks like
Actually,
we're
the
struggling with the
rain
wet.
is lifting a little bit. So, is Primus depending on the wet weather becoming intermediate weather?
Oh, Scotsman off a drive through.
Another drive-through.
His days went from bad to worse. A rough start from Hamilton, even further back. Now he's
And
drive
he
through it.
can't serve it under safety car either. And he got
Also got
5
old
second time
Manzi.
pen. Oh my goodness, Scotsman's having a horrible race.
Old Manzi also taking the Inters. Very
These are
interesting.
both Mercedes.
Starting to...
So Mercedes pit wall decided that they think Inters is the way to go in terms of the track evolution and the weather's situation.
The racing line still looks very, very wet.
The rain has lightened though, so I understand what Mercedes are thinking. And if this does work out for Mercedes, they could be real winners here. It's Toxic MW into the pit lane. Is he going to go on to Inters? Is that the right call?
Honda drivers from behind now pitting.
Are those Inters going on to that car? Yes, they are. I think quite a few drivers are looking at the Inters now. Both double stacking.
Primus Gaming.
Double stacking at Haas. And both Haas's are now on the Inters. Jesse Racer now on the Inters. UK Demons also now on the Inters.
Yeah, looking at the track, it does look. I'm not too sure. I can't quite call it just yet. It does look like Inters might work when the racing line starts to dry up again with everybody racing, but Primus and his outlap with them tyres after pitting looked quite secure, firmly gripped on the track.
What I've discovered here is that Caesar and Unseen, Rated Vinny, I think I've all just lost out here. Because now the pack's bunched up, if it does dry out, and they don't get under this safety car, they're going to be losing loads of time.
If they pit now, I do believe they'll drop back to about Scotsman. It's quite rough. I don't know if they win another lap of this safety car. Not everybody's caught up quite yet. We usually get alerted about now. Looks like we're going to have to go another lap.
Another lap of this safety car. Craigie
Senna 5 seconds.
Collision with Jesse Racer, so he's hit her at the back somewhere. Yes, he has. He's got damage to I think his front wing. Yes, he has.
You can always pit and get into this one and get that wing fixed.
He can serve his penalty as well in the pit lane, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know about 5 seconds. I know he can't serve a drive for that. But
as one of the, I think that's Tarry's going into the pit lane there. That is Mason. I think he's switching to the Inters. Yes, he is. Lots of drivers switching to the Inters. I genuinely think Caesar might have lost out here. So is Unseen. Person that's in a really good position right now is Primus. He's the highest Inters runner.
Yeah, Fish, that could be quite in a dodgy position here if it is dry enough, as it looks to be. He gets swallowed up by Toxic, Demons, Jesse and everybody behind.
So I think the safety car's going to be in this, let me know.
I do think so. I believe everybody will be caught up quite soon and hopefully we can get racing again. Everybody's bunched back up, so it makes it even more exciting for us.
Craig Senna. And in last is on intermediates.
Is your top 3 changed yet?
Top 3, Caesar, Unseen, and Graded Vinny are all on wets. They are not pit. They've chosen to stay out. They think that it's not good enough for Inters.
There we go, safety car in this lap.
This is going to be interesting. I really want to see what the difference is going to be between the inters and the wets in this kind of condition. Who has got it right?
When you get them tyres nice and warm, it's going to be quite hard to heat up the wet or inters.
Especially the fronts around this track. It's very hard to heat up the fronts.
I'm just swaying around getting them tyres nice and
I think
toasty.
Caesar is just about to go. I think he's gone. Caesar has gone.
Yep.
Final corner. Scotsman's been hit by, as here comes Primus. Is he already, I think, alongside, near enough alongside the Ferrari, but the Ferrari manages to hold position but goes wide. Where's the grip? Where is the grip that these interns should be giving Primus? If so true. Coming out the corner there, I think these inters might be good. Good call, you know.
Yeah, it looks like front five are pulled away. Currently, Primus going quite wide there.
Yeah, look at Fish Stick. He's getting
Toxic
absolutely
MW to the squeeze round.
Toxic MW's absolutely mauling the back of that car.
Oh, contact.
Contact again. Perhaps came around the outside.
Ooh.
Oh, that's just sloppy.
Got three cars caught up in that collision there.
That wasn't
That's
very
unfortunate.
clean.
So,
A safety car.
Safety car. Oh.
That was very untidy of Toxic MW there.
Is Caesar going to pit now?
I think he did turn in on. Yeah, this gives see what's happened here now is look at that. Caesar's got a chance to pit, but he doesn't gain as much as he could.
Primus taking the lead currently. Toxic
Button gets
MW
5
taking
second penalty.
second.
Should be Primus that now leads this Grand Prix. Second place is Toxic MW. Third place, UK Demons. Fourth place, Old Manzi. Or is it fourth place? Yes, it is. It is fourth place. Fifth place is Season 2 Wizard. Sixth is Mason Dunk. Seventh is Unseen. Eighth is Grady Vinny. Ninth is RSF1 Button. The top 10 is the Ferrari from 18th. Jesse Racer.
The two Mercedes
in 10th.
and Alpha Tauris
11th
looking quite strong currently.
is Chris. 12th is RSF1 Scotsman. He's had a horrible race so far. Craigie Senna coming out the pit lane there, just ahead of Barry.
Yeah, the two Mercedes kind of nailed this strategy. And Alpha Tauris both quite high up as well after Mason got damaged during the first safety car, I do believe. So
Primus's strap was amazing. He's absolutely nailed that. I think that's amazing.
I do believe he used to be. I believe that he had the name for predicting the weather and being really good with the tiles.
That was Primus Gaming, the weatherman.
Yeah, we'll call him that now.
First place at the moment.
Excuse me for 2 seconds.
God. So we have a very interesting grid. I think, as we said, a lot of drivers managed to gain from this. Manzi especially, he's gone up to 4th. So Buns as well. I think something just happened in the background there, someone had a little bit of a crash. Contact break there. Oh, edited forward. Track a bit there. I don't know if you guys can see it because obviously he's controlling the actual tree.
I'm back, sorry for that. I missed anything.
No, just edited forward and going off the track. One point, trying to catch up to the guys ahead. This grid is all
Tops
shuffled up.
back in the place that he started, P2. About a week ago. Saying be in the chat, get a different prediction for the top 10 currently. I'd be fitting the intervals now should change up quite a lot. Top 10, I mean top 3. Quite hard to predict the top 10. I do believe we've got another lap of the safety car.
I can't predict the top 3. I
It's very
don't
hard.
know.
Caesar was looking quite fast. I mean very in the
No,
first stint
Caesar's
of
got
the
the
race.
pace out of everyone here. I'm not. That's no disrespect to anyone, but Caesar has the pace out of everyone. But he's now got traffic and he's now got past people.
Yeah, that traffic will probably hold him up quite a
They
bit. It can be very
can't.
hard
The
to
thing is with everyone
make
else,
a
they
move.
cannot let Caesar get into free air. They can't let him get into free air.
Yeah, but unless yes. That ERS they've all got can be quite hard to efficiently use with the wets. You don't have to stick it on during the corners, you lose the rear end really easily. You can use it in the straight, but you don't have to stick it on too early because you will spin more than likely, so it can be hard to make a move, plus you don't want to make that dodgy dive because it's much harder to slow down and turn in the intervals as well. Mercedes first and third in the hat in second. One of the predictions. A couple of position changes at the back, don't that's too normal. Hoping it's in this lap now, hopefully. Should be. Show us the good news please. There we go, in this lap. And to get ready to go again. We get one lap of racing last time and the safe car come back out. Hope for a no more safe car to the end of the race, but you can never predict anything in the game, especially F1 as well.
God, I've just realised it's only lap 14.
I know. Quite a long start to the race already. They're getting the tyres seated up. Primus looking like he's getting ready to go.
Primus, I think, he's gone. Primus is gone.
I think he's went too early. Yep.
Toxic. It's all over the back of Primus. Primus got a horrible exit. So
Demons.
did UK. Look at UK Demons. He's all over the back of him as well. Up the inside goes Caesar and old Manzi. Manzi trying to defend, but Caesar claims the position. Already up into 4th on the restart.
Yeah, but a poor start from Primus, didn't let the safe car quite get into the pit.
12 LFC is lagging so badly on my screen. This car is
Mason and this is interesting, two cars going side on side. Mason coming out on top, side Old Manzi dropping back quite a bit from the start. Mason getting a good restart. Yeah, we're trying to hold on to
Caesar was already all over the back of the other AlphaTauri and UK Demons. Putting the pressure on already. Not even a full lap yet without the safety car, and already Caesar is looking to make 2 positions up in 1 lap, and he's now put the AlphaTauri under pressure. The AlphaTauri, can it hold on? No! Right around the outside, lovely braking there from Caesar. Brilliant move from McLaren.
So Alpha sitting in 4th and 5th currently, looking good points for the team as of right now. Caesar making a good drive, that's 2 positions in the first lap already. And we never try to hunt down Toxic and W burning through quite a lot of that ERS
So,
along with Toxic at the same time.
Aiming currently in this race. Toxic MW. Oh, Chris LFC's out! Did he crash in the final corner? Yes, he did. Oh! Massive incident
Please.
at the back of it. Massive incident at the back there. I just caught that at the end. I was in the middle of the track. There was no way. There was ways to avoid it, but I just don't think we had time. Brady sent the penalty for it, and it was all out at the final.
It's another safety
Massive
car.
crash. Massive crash.
That's 3 in the space of, let's say, 10 minutes. Haven't had one one good lap yet in the past 6 laps. Primus maintaining that lead. Toxic MW still in second as he's a wizard. Moving up after that other safety car restarting at P3.
That was a
13 drivers
huge
remain.
incident. Just caught the back end of that. That was. So, Chris was already out, retired. Haas hit the wall and slid back onto the track. Craigie Senna hit the Haas track, and then that swung Red Bull into the Ferrari. Just they all collected each other. Just destroyed it.
Scotsman had a rough start. He's still technically last right now, but it's 13th, only 3 positions to make up, and he's in within the points.
Primus will be really frustrated with that now. Oh, the debris. Final corner.
Yuki Demon's in the pit. And Demon pits fresher tyres, I think. Yep.
If I'm correct, does that mean we have one lap? No, I think we'll have to do one lap.
Yeah, that's us with pit hazard. Right, so Shane's asking what happened. So technically in lap 9, 8,
I mean, I can explain. I
Cornish
watched
spun
it.
right where we are right here. After we got going again, we lost another driver. Who was it the second time? Was it Rogue? No, it wasn't. It was
So there was a few incidents. So the one that's
We've had
caused
3
this
safety
safety
cars,
car, Chris lost it in the final corner, hit the wall, the car's died, lost a tyre, but the car's speared back into the middle of the track. And the Red Bull of Craigie Senna's just hit the car, and then that's propelled the Red Bull into the Ferrari of edited Ford and took all 3 of them out at the final corner.
There you go. Ibdy's caught up, but we'll have
Big
another lap
crash
of
in the
this.
final corner. That was. I just caught the. I could see it from like the end of the corner, and just like seeing this Ferrari getting absolutely like sucker punched by this Red Bull. But
Love the helicopter view I'm getting right now of the full track.
yeah, they do some good helicopter views in this. Especially good when they're actually like racing as well. Really nice when they're actually racing.
I'm hoping that debris is still all over that track.
Just gotta watch out for the debris. They run over that in the wrong way, it can actually cause a puncture.
Yeah, I'm hoping for next year's game, people like us who do the streaming and that get more options. Like we can see maybe tyre wear or weather predictions. Or just different camera positions if we can get a choice on. Stick on a helicopter for a bit. I really want to go much more interesting in likeness to more than what could be happening. I do believe though, for the third time,
A good thing would be is that people that spectate the races get like not highlights, but they get like they can save the replay, and that would be good for like us as in YouTube. Watch it. We can then save little replays of what happened in the race. Pick what we want to see. Then, when there's an incident that happens, catch the incident without like having to try and explain it. We can just show it with
yeah.
It'd be really good for a YouTube kind of setup. It'd be really good for that, but
I don't know if you've watched the esports, but see when they're driving, if you look like on the when you're on board with them, around the halo it shows you tyre wear in that and any potential damage. So it's quite good to watch that.
Safety cars in this lap. Primus is looking ready to get underway once again, and he's gone. He's gone. He's caught Toxic napping there. Toxic, I don't think he's expecting that one. I don't think
I
Toxic
think
was
Primus have to
expecting
slow.
that. Caesar though, I think Caesar was expecting that because he's all over the back of Toxic. Oh! Oh no! Another crash! Oh, Manzi's been caught out at the final corner! It's happened again!
Please don't be a safety car.
Oh my goodness me, that was bad. I'm recording that one once again. People are getting caught out of that final corner. That is absolutely atrocious. Old Manzi and Grady Vinny are out, unseen, in the pit lane.
Caesar Wizard, side by side with Toxic. Wouldn't recommend going side by side. Toxic
There
comes
are
out
only
on
11
top.
runners in this race.
Oh, what's quite amazing is Scotsman's managed to get a rough start, right back up, then back down again, had a drive through, right back up again.
Yes, RSF1 button, all under a lot of pressure, the Ferrari from the AlphaTauri. Trying to look around the outside. Switch it around for the inside, and then the outside once again for the AlphaTauri. Make his lines up. Oh, someone's... Oh, safety car again! Are you serious? Oh my
Oh,
goodness
this
me.
night gets longer and longer.
It fourth safety car in under... We haven't even had a full lap of racing since the first
lap
safety
10.
car, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had a full lap of racing at all. 11 drivers remain.
That's the fourth safety car, so technically speaking we can't get another one.
I don't think we can get any more safety cars now. I think we can only get virtuals. Pretty sure.
I don't think you can get, I think altogether, if you have two virtual or two safety cars, that's you, or one's fourth. Quite a couple of drivers at the start already pitted.
RSF1 Scotsman has pitted to serve his 5-second stop go. Comes out the pit lane. Behind
I'm not too sure how long these tyres will actually go. Somebody's on the wets, Scotsman's on the wets.
There more rain to come. Is that what Scotsman's thinking? So, 11 runners left in this race, and what's been the cause of all the DNFs? The final corner. Or majority, sorry, of the DNFs has been caused by the final corner. Caesar Wizard, once again, still in third place behind Toxic. Primus Gaming still leads the way, so Mercedes having a pretty poor qualifying to now leading the Grand Prix. From the Weatherman Masterclass of knowing when the weather's going to change.
Most drivers been left without a teammate now. I mean, McLaren have still got their two. Mercedes only one Alpha, two, and Renault have got two. I believe that's it. So most folk doing a solo job for the team tonight. Alpha looking quite strong currently. Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit odd right now. You know, Primus, Toxic, Caesar. I expected Toxic and Caesar to be up there. Fishstick's has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. I don't even know how he's managed it. But, you know, you've got, you know, not many drivers with penalties seen.
Yes, I think Scotsman was serving both just there, quite smart of him, and now he's in the fresh tyre. I'm still curious to see how many laps these tyres can go. I don't think they can go to the end.
We should.
Mind you.
Well, I think at the end of this lap we could get back to full racing. I don't know. Might do.
As long as we don't see any more loss of drivers.
Drivers just losing it at that final corner, I'm telling you. They just keep putting the power down. They think that they're going to be able to make it, and as soon as the car goes, they can't catch it. I've been a victim of that corner. I was a victim of it in the dry here on Sunday. Like, it is a hard corner to really be aggressive with. You have to be really smooth. The safety car is in this lap, so we'll get maybe another half a lap of full racing. Hopefully there's no more safety cars now. Hopefully they've reached the limit. Pretty sure 4 is the limit for safety cars. As we
Hopefully we can keep all 11 drivers that remain on the track. Lost 9 already.
So, Primus once
Heat on
again,
the
will he
tyres.
do the same strat? Will he go for the for the penultimate corner? Or will he go during? He's gone during, but he hasn't managed to catch out Toxic as bad as he did last time. Toxic's all over, he's getting absolutely pressured by Caesar. Caesar's got an amazing run going into turn 1. Can he divert the inside and get past Toxic? Yes, he can. Once again, Caesar getting past Toxic on the track at turn 1. Can Primus hold off Caesar? Caesar's got some absolute pace right now. RSF1 Button versus RSF1 Scotsman. Scotsman looking for a way through. The Ferrari goes a little bit deep mid-corner. That gives the Renault a little bit of an advantage coming out of the corner with traction. Meanwhile, Fish Sticks versus Unseen. At the back there. The final points paying position. Primus Gaming meanwhile still up in the lead with Caesar all over the back of him. Caesar getting a little bit out of shape there. Oh, Primus touching that corner. That's really put off his car, I think. Oh, maybe not. Primus lagging a little bit for
still
me there.
in the back. Haven't saw any lags yet. Hopefully it's...
Jessie Racer she's taking the time. She's looking at Mason tucks ahead of him. Mason having a really good race so far. I don't think he's been really flying too hard because obviously he just wants the points for AlphaTauri at this point. There is a chance for him to win this race.
And himself as well. He's one of the
Turn
new
1,
rivals.
turn 1. Can he do it? No. Look though, Mercedes. Toxic trying to keep with these two as well. He obviously wants to stay with them because he wants to be a part of that fight. Meanwhile, Fish Sticks has come into the pit lane. And Primus Gaming all over the curb, trying to hold on against the relentless pace of this McLaren. But this is really something to watch, as we have quite a few cars. I love how the top 5 are all separated by like a second and a bit.
Caesar getting quite close. I think he's going to make
Caesar's,
a move
he
here.
can't make a move there, surely. No, he won't. He's thought better of it. He's looking at the straight. He wants to get a better penultimate corner and just run onto the final corner and take Primus and try and go underneath him at the final corner. So he goes wide initially, there you go, then he goes deep into the corner and has to go really low. Bit dangerous, but if it works, it works. Jessie Racer gets the fastest lap of the race, clearly showing that the battling ahead is holding them up somewhat. Primus still holding on, putting his car in the right positions at the moment, just to keep Caesar behind. Toxic trying to keep with them, but kind of losing pace or losing touch a little bit.
We've got 2 groups of 5, currently top 5, back 5 and then 1.
Yeah, 2 groups of 5 at the moment.
Mason currently the only one with a 5-second time penalty. I believe you have to pit again, so you'll probably reserve that.
Caesar all over the back of that Mercedes. That Mercedes is clinging on to life to keep that McLaren behind him. Can he keep that car behind him for another, I don't know, 12, 13 laps pretty much? I think 13 more laps or 12 more laps after this one's done. He's going to have to sit there and hold him off, which is a tall ask.
Doing quite a good job so far. Caesar got a really good exit there, still in the back of him. Really
Caesar, I think Caesar
view.
might have him here. If Caesar can
Get
get the
closer
run
and
and
closer.
make a good dive, I think he's alongside. Yes, he is. Going into turn 1, Caesar up the inside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Can the Mercedes come back at him though? No. Onto the curb, no traction there. So we have new race leader, Caesar 2 Wizard, is now going to... We're now going to see what kind of pace Caesar has. We tried to see it early in the race, but obviously the safety car stops that from seeing him. We did see him get a 3.1 second gap by the safety car's release. So, can he do that once more? He's already got a second, 1.2 seconds to Primus. So we have now the battle for second place between 4 cars. As Toxic gets a little bit out of shape coming out of the chicane. God, I can't really lose so many words. Toxic getting really wide on the exit there once again. Caesar, on the other hand, now just kind of just saying, you know, bye guys. It was nice while it lasted. I'm gonna head off now. Do my own thing.
Just get nice clean air to nice drive away.
This is what I said though.
Again.
This is what I said. You know, you can't. From the pace that we've been seeing this whole session, in quali and in the first part of the race, you can't let Caesar have clear air in these kind of conditions. So, any other battles going on? Not really. Fish Sticks having a great time in the last place while his teammates winning the race.
Mason and Toxic.
Mason's all over the back of
very close to
Toxic.
Primus.
Primus seems to be losing out a bit now.
Old tyres, but not much older than Mason's and
Toxic
Toxic's.
is all over the back now of the Mercedes. The Mercedes coming through the final corner now gets a little bit out of shape. Yeah, very much out of shape as the Mercedes kind of get loose. As we go into turn 1, is Toxic going to go for a dive? I don't think he will. Has a look. Actually touches the back of the Mercedes, actually underneath the Mercedes. All over the back of him. This is so close. Up the inside goes Toxic. Takes the opportunity, wheel banging on the exit. That compromises Toxic's run. That gives Primus another chance to fight for another day for second place. Or another lap, I'd say so.
Caesar now got 4 seconds ahead now, looking quite
Caesar
rapid.
4 seconds ahead already.
Quite's probably an understatement.
Let's just point out that it has actually stopped raining. So dries could be an option here.
Someone in the chat did say that dries, the rain stopped in 10 minutes, so...
Oh, Jessie up the inside of Mason. She had a look. She has to jump the curb, lost a bit of time there, but I don't know if that was her actually wanting to go for a pass or just missing her braking zone. I think she might have missed the braking zone there because I wouldn't have tried it on that curb. Here we go around the final corner. Here comes Toxic. Toxic's going to go underneath. Oh, a little bit of contact between the Mercedes and the Haas. The Haas is now through. The Mercedes is going to try and come back in. RSF1 button has crashed out with the final corner. Another car that's been a victim of that final corner. But I don't think there's going to be a safety car because I'm pretty sure we had all of our safety cars. So this will be straight fighting on.
Toxic past Primus, Mason now kind of hunting them down a little bit. Said it's drying up a little bit, so maybe these drivers are holding out for the soft tyres.
Toxic up into second once again. Primus now trying to hold on to third against Mason Dunks. Mason has the opportunity to get, you know, not only probably some of the first points for AlphaTauri this season in F4, but also has the chance to get their podium.
DRS now enabled.
Gets an awful exit. He gets a bit of a bad exit though. Jessie Race is all over the back of him now. Jessie Race is not using her DRS. Does she have a DRS issue?
Mason had it as well there. I think
DRS has been
Soon.
enabled, so that means that the tyres
Soft.
surely. Yes,
Yep,
Caesar Wizard. Caesar Wizard is coming into the pit lane. Who else is coming into the pit lane? Toxic is coming into the pit lane. Primus is coming into the pit lane. Jesse Race is coming into the pit lane. Everyone is on their way in except from UK Demons and Unseen.
Doesn't want a double stack.
But UK Unseen doesn't
Mason.
need to. Unseen's got no teammate.
Mason serving that time penalty. Also put on the mediums, quite an interesting choice from him.
Who's that, sorry?
Mason. It's now in the mediums.
Dunk's going on to the medium tyres. Does he not think that his tyres are going to last? I would assume they would. So, everyone's now, beside the top two, on softs. Hope that it's realised that Unseen and UK Demons are now about to lose out quite a lot because Caesar's already on the back of them, or coming up to the back of them.
Mason and Barry really the only somewhat fight we've got on right now.
Mason Dunk's trying to get past Barry. Barry going a little bit wide, but Mason Dunk has really compromised his own race here because he's now on mediums against softs, which isn't the easiest fight.
Keeping up quite well, considering.
So,
Top to pit.
UK Demons Unseen. Pit lane. Caesar retakes the lead, Toxic retakes second, Primus retakes third, Jesse Racer up into fourth after Mason Dunks had to serve his 5-second penalty. Was it him with a 5-second penalty? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's served that now. But
Unseen popping out in 5th place, quite not too far back, quite decent.
now can Jesse
catch up with
Racer,
Jesse.
Jesse Racer attack Primus? So, Caesar Wizard out in front, looking very comfortable. With Toxic in second, he's obviously going to want to try and close that gap. Primus in third, fourth, Jesse Racer, fifth is Unseen, sixth is Barry, seventh is Mason, eighth is RSF1 Scotsman. He is now indeed in the points. Well, there's no other position but the points at, in this part of the race. UK Demons is in 9th and 10th is Fish Sticks in the McLaren. Just Racer goes fastest with a 1:17.7.
Jessie looks like she's really getting closer to Primus, so Primus
She is
could be
getting
in
closer.
danger here.
She is getting closer.
Just been notified that if Caesars does win this, that's 5 different winners in 5 different races.
That's very interesting. That'll be quite good to see.
But a freebie battle coming along now, Scotsman, Mason and Barry. Mason keeping up quite well considering they're on the medium tiles. Scotsman pretty good in that position. Closely behind is Demons. Demons is quite close as well. I'm sure he'll get dragged in by the DRS.
So, Scotsman
I patched that.
looking for something to do.
I've also just found out the Wizard did win a Bahrain, so patched the 5 winners at 5 different tracks. It wasn't me.
What?
Well, I get told that they've had 5 winners at 5 different tracks now, but I've just been also been informed that Wizards won at Bahrain, so...
So,
Start
Caesar
the
Wizard
idea.
is another fastest lap of the race, 16.0. Toxic getting W. So Unseen, 15.6. People are starting to find time. UK Demons now at the back of Scotsman. 4-way fight here, from 6th down to 9th. Either way, AlphaTauri's
JC
getting
Racer.
points.
JC getting closer and closer.
Jesse's in the DRS.
About
Of
3 tenths a
Primus.
lap, which is more than enough to make the move down and maybe get a P3.
What is she gonna do? She's just gonna... What's she gonna do? She's gonna wait until she gets close and close and closer. And go for maybe the penultimate lap and then maybe even the final lap. Save a bit of ERS so she can fight Primus. She's not going to save her ERS, she's going to use it all, trying to get close to him. Oh, Primus goes really awful line there for Primus. Absolutely puts Jesse Race all over the back of him now.
Mason up inside the Barry. Bit of contact.
Oh, and Scotsman at the inside of Mason. Mason losing out there. Sorry, UK Demons trying to get past Scotsman. Sorry. Other way around. Mason.
Mason's keeping up quite well to this with the Barry, considering he's on the tyres. He's burning through quite a bit of ERS. Most drivers in this little pack are quite low, apart from Demons, who's sitting about 50%. Scotsman's at 8%, leaving himself quite vulnerable and picking up a 3-second time penalty. That will not help him one bit near the end of the race.
Not. Meanwhile, Jesse
3
Racer
laps to go.
starting to make Primus worry, because Primus has now got only 30% ERS when he had 50 last time around, so he's clearly starting to use it, because you can see that she's getting ever so closer. Caesar now does the next fastest lap of the race with a 1:14.4. Can Toxic respond? Yes, he can with a 1:14.0. He is now going faster, but the gap I think is just too big at the moment. So he doesn't need to worry. Well, Jesse races all
Mason.
over the back.
Yeah, Mason down the straight and outside.
Through turn 1, can he go around all the way around the outside? Yes, he can. What a move from the AlphaTauri on the medium tyres of all
Lovely.
tyres. UK Demons managing to get past Scotsman as well. That's a yellow flag. That is fish sticks.
Fish sticks. I think he's getting damage. No damage for the looks of
It
it.
is fish sticks. No damage, but I think he spun and must have touched the inside curb at turn 1. Not a very nice curb to touch. Jesse Racer's lost a bit of ground there to Primus. Primus now pushing to make sure he keeps that car behind. Meanwhile, that's just getting unseen. Kind of close as these. Caesar Wizard now going 1:13.5. The gap has now opened a little bit more from him and Toxic MW. Toxic now struggling to match that kind of pace. Not far off, but wasn't close enough. Unseen.
Demons and Barry
1:13.1.
looking very close. UK Demons looking down the inside.
UK Demons looking like he's got the pace. The AlphaTauri team looking like they've got the pace. And 6th, back up into 6th and 7th. Good scoring points there for AlphaTauri. This is what they need. They need good point scoring positions. As Barry gets all out of shape, Scotsman's going to be all over the back of the Alfa Romeo. Sorry for interrupting, by the way. I'm really sorry.
It's all good.
Jetty Racer's got it in her to go. She's lost it now. She's got 1.5 seconds to Primus. I think that's it. That's her challenge over for 3rd place, unless Primus makes a big mistake. The final lap. Toxic MW trying to do something about Wizard. Wizard responds with a 1:12.6 as Toxic comes across the line, doesn't do another fastest lap. He's Unseen going to do a fastest lap though, because we know that he's got the pace as well, but no, he doesn't. But I don't think he's far off of that time, as he's right on the back of Jessie Racer. She has lost a lot of ground, and now maybe the tyres are now in Unseen's favour. As he's now right on the back of her, it's the final lap of the race. Jessie Race is going to have to defend very hard here to try and keep Unseen behind her. Unseen looking for any way that he could possibly get to come through. Down the inside. Can he make it? Still side by side. Oh, they make contact! And Unseen is into the barrier. And reverses very aggressively and comes back onto the track very dangerously. That is... should be coming onto the track like that, surely. I know it's the final lap of the race, but you don't need to do that. As Caesar Wizard has won the race. What a dominant performance from him. As Toxic MW finishes in second place, third place to Primus Gaming, fourth place to Jesse Racer, fifth and sixth for the AlphaTauri team. They will be happy with points. Seventh is Barry for Alfa Romeo. A Scotsman in eighth, not his best performance, he knows that. And rounding out the top 10, and the last man to cross the line is Fishsticks, with Unseen finishing down in eighth.
Quite an interesting race overall.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. What a race.
Safety cars,
I think,
definitely split up the middle part of the race.
I mean, the safety cars made it a little bit tedious, but to be honest, I think it built up a really good atmosphere in terms of tension. Like, we wanted to see who was going to be quickest. And what a race! Amazing. Well done.
Yep, and
Great race. Amazing. So there he is, at the top of the leaderboard, top of the top step of the podium. Caesar Wizard, absolutely dominant performance today in terms of pace. Wasn't always leading, had to come back through the field, but nonetheless showed what pace he's got. And everyone else just sat there and thought, yep, I don't think I'm going to beat that.
yeah, Primus up from 9th to 2nd. No, sorry, 9th till 3rd. Toxic starts 2nd, finishes 2nd, and Caesar
Alfa
starts
Romeo,
5th and
Barry,
finishes
17th,
1st.
all the way to 7th. And positions gained for the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo will be happy with that one. Wow, what a race.
Could you try and invite the top 3, Caesar, MW and Primus? Hopefully we can get them all in and
Biting them all, don't worry.
see what they have to say.
See, if Jessie got on the podium, I don't think she speaks. So, you know.
That's 2, is that 3? Or is that 2?
Well, I invite the last one. See, I'm all
There
through
we
in a
go.
minute. See, I'm that good. I'm just that good.
Love to see it. Are you taking...
If you want to do Primus,
Do I do first and third?
you can do Primus. I'll do first. If you want to do, you can do third and second if you want. I'll just do first.
Right. So Primus, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Have you got your audio included?
Yep.
Right, so a decent race from you, from starting from P9 all the way down to P3. Looked quite strong. I called you the weatherman, predicting the tyre changeover and predicting it very well. Overall, how did you feel the race went?
It was a very, very hard one today. Very cautious going into turn 1. I know for a fact if everyone just tries diving down the inside, especially on a wet Grand Prix and Zandvoort, I knew my chances of getting to the end was going to be nigh. So I basically was just being very, very gentle going into turn 1. If people wanted to take me, they can take me. I wasn't taking any chances. And the moment after I got through turn 1, I then started to get a little bit of pace in. Andy was with me. I felt that my wets were falling off, even though there was still heavy looking conditions. But then I thought, there's a spray's dissipating. So I took the gamble. I put on the intermediate tyres, and it turns out it was the best call. I took the lead for a while. I was pretty chuffed with that, but and then the dry conditions came around. I still held on, and P3. That's better than I could imagine for today. And I was racing for my nan as well, who died last Saturday. So that that P3 was for her. That was the one I could push out.
Very kind of you. Did say at the start of the season you wanted to be at the top end of the table, and it looks like that's going to be the way it's going to go for you. Anyway, Spain next week, your thoughts on that?
I do like the Spanish Grand Prix, but I think I'm going to take a page from the Dutch Grand Prix. I'm going to have a wet set up on the side just in case, because everyone was so set on getting the dry race going in, but then suddenly Cody's just thought, you know what, you all can do one, it's wet this time. So,
yeah, you never know with Floodmasters and that, the weather can change the flick of your fingers, but
yeah,
overall a good result.
Yeah, it's a good result, and well done to Caesar for winning the race.
Also,
It's very good.
just to
Good
say
battle.
sorry about your grandmother. Just to let you. Sorry about your is it grandmother? Sorry about. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
my
about
grandmother, she was pretty much my only grandparent, because I grew up not really knowing my mother's grandparents, and my granddad died back before 2000, so she was really my only grandparent, and on my dad's side of the family as well, so it felt like I lost a link to him. So it's been an extremely hard week for me, not emotionally and stress wise, and to take this P3, I tell you what, that's made me feel better.
Hopefully the momentum continues. So
Thank you.
do the next one.
Yep, Toxic, are you there?
I'm here.
P2 to P2, decent race from you at the start, didn't move up, didn't move down, kept a good position in the grid I believe. Caesar get past you eventually. How do you feel the race went?
My driving was questionable, I can say that at least. Like, I couldn't see fish sticks, I think it was after the first restart. He just disappeared, and I was like, oh, fair enough. So I just took the corner, and then I looked behind me, and there's 3 cars just stuck in the middle of the track, and I was like, oh, well. And then, obviously, the race just went how it went. There was, 4 safety cars in the space of 4 safety car restarts, which I think, that's got to be a record, I'm telling you that. But, I think the race went pretty well. I saw Primus had pitted in for the inters, and I just had to go for it as well, because obviously we know how good Primus is in these tyres, and he also knows the weather pretty well.
Weatherman Primus. That's overall a good result for yourself. I believe that's extending the lead at the top. I think so anyway.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that'll put you a good bit ahead now. Spain next week, what's your thoughts on it?
I quite enjoy the Spanish GP, but obviously just need to get back into the swing of doing it, get a nice fresh setup, and then hopefully come back again.
Yes, looking to be quite strong the first couple of races already. Looking to extend that probably, but congratulations in the end, and I'll leave you, Malibu, to take it away.
Is Caesar Wizard currently available?
Hello. Yes. What can I do?
Hi. All I want to
Hi.
say is wow,
Thank you.
what a race!
I agree.
I think from me and Spooky, you really just had the pace over everyone. Like, it was just, you know, once you got clean air, it just seemed to be that you just walked away. And obviously the safety cars set you back a little bit, but
Which
you
one?
just need to get back
Which safety
through.
car?
There was quite a few that set you back.
I've lost count at some point.
But yeah, you managed to get through it all again, and you know, as soon as you got back into the lead, you just kind of walked away. As much as people tried to keep with you, how was the race from your perspective? How did you feel that you did?
Well, that was the race I wanted. First of all, nothing was left to being a random choice. Everything was kind of practiced before. The strategy was a bit of a head scratcher, because when you're first, you feel like you've got everything to lose. So I was a bit scared. I'm not gonna lie. The soft call. 8 laps before the end, I thought I was a bit, yeah, not convinced. And thankfully, everyone joined me in the party, and I felt a bit better. But apart from that, I saw in quali that I had the speed in the wet, so I wasn't really bothered. But it was not easy to overtake a Mr. Toxic MW. It was not an easy task, I have to say. A rather demanding task, I have to say. So enjoyable.
Okay. Well, as I said, I think you did very well today. Class of the field, I think, in terms of outright pace.
Yeah. I should be careful. I'm a bit of a fraud. That's it. I'll disappear as soon as possible.
So obviously Spain next week. How do you feel about it?
I feel fine. I feel it should be okay. It's like it should have been like China, you know, like China, the one that got absolutely sent to the fans before turn one. So that's a track I want to do. That's a track I want to prove I've got the dry pace as well, because I want to test it. Apart from that, no, bring it on. Let's have fun there. I hope you guys had fun commenting this race. So.
I did. I enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Awesome.
Good to watch.
Awesome. Let's put more rain then. Ask the organisers to put more rain.
We'll script the rain, shall we?
Lovely.
You do realise many people are going to hate you for now jinxing the next race.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but
thank
anyway,
you,
congratulations
guys.
to all for your good points today, and apart from that, that's us until Sunday, where whoever's back in the box will do Div 2. Hopefully we'll see you back then, and thanks for coming to watch us.